friends, welcome to Language Arts Time. We're going to talk about how do we hold a book, and you want to hold a book very carefully. I don't have the book we're going to read today in my hands, so that's why I'm using this book. But when you hold a book, you want to make sure that you hold it really securely, and when you open the book, that you turn the pages from the top corner gently like this. Okay? We don't want to smush it up like that. Okay, so you want to hold the book very carefully and open it very carefully because we want to take care of our books. Since Mrs. Thompson doesn't have the book at home, what we're going to do instead is I'm going to show you the pictures on my laptop. So using technology for distance learning. Okay, so where do I start when I have a book? Where do I start? Do I start down here? Do I start in the middle? Do I start at the top? Good job, I start at the top. And do I start over here or over here? Yes, I start over on the left side. Okay, so hold your two hands up like this. And the one that makes an L is the one that is correct. So you're going to start on the left and you're going to track this way. Then you go down to the next line and you track like that. Okay, so the title of our story today is Bear Snores On. And it's written by Karma Wilson and illustrated by Jane Chapman. And illustrated means who drew the pictures. Okay? So again, I'm going to ask you, here's our first picture. We always want to look at the picture to get ideas about what the story might be about. I don't know if you remember from yesterday, if you checked in yesterday, but we're learning about animal habitats. Where do animals live? Okay, so if you look here, this looks like where an animal might live, and what animal might that be? Remember, the title was Bear Snores On. So where do I start reading, friends? The bottom, the middle, or the top? Yes, the top. Do I start on the left or the right? Yes, the left. And the first word is I, in. You always start with the first sound first and end with the last sound. Don't forget if there are middle sounds too. So what it says is, in a cave in the woods, in his deep dark lair, through the long cold winter, sleeps a great brown bear. And did you notice that it rhymed? And we may not know what a lair is, but we're going to talk about that in our vocabulary. Look at the picture. Is that a great brown bear? Is he alone? Is he in his habitat or his home? Cuddled in a heap with his eyes shut tight. He sleeps through the day. He sleeps through the night. Wow, he sleeps a lot. So where do we start, friends? Right here. The cold wind howl. I'm sorry, let me do that again. The cold winds howl, and the night sounds growl, but the bear snores on. What are we doing when a bear snores? We're sleeping, right? He's sleeping all the time. An itty-bitty mouse. Look at this little guy. He's a little guy. Where is he? And where did I start reading? Point to it, friends. Good job. An itty-bitty mouse, pitter-pat, tiptoe, creep crawls in the cave from the fluff cold snow. Ooh, what season do you think it is, friends? Is it winter, spring, summer, or fall? Winter, because of the snow. There's the next page. Now, can a mouse make a fire by himself? No, so we know that this is fiction. Fiction means fake. Mouse squeaks, too damp, too dank, too dark. So he lights wee twigs with the small hot spark. Wee means little. The coals pip-pop and the wind doesn't stop. Who's hanging out together? The mouse and the bear. But the bear is still asleep, right? But Bear snores on. Let me hear you snore. Oh, who's this? Who's this? Two glowing eyes sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's there?" And a hare hops in. My friends know that in my class we learned that another name for rabbit is hare. And I want you to notice the words, boys and girls. There's a lot of stuff around them. "Who's there?" says the mouse. And there is a question mark. I'm going to zoom it so we can see what I'm talking about here as big as I can. Who's there? That's a question mark. I like to do it with my arm. Show me question mark. Good job. And then these around who's there are called quotation marks. That's whoever is talking says that. Who's there? And what's this called, friends? After the word in is a period. That's punctuation. So two glowing eyes sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's there?" And a hare hops in. "Ho, Mouse," says Hare, "long time no see." So they pop white corn and they brew black tea. So again, can animals talk like people? No, but it's fun to read like they act like humans. Mouse sips wee slurps. Wee means, do you remember what wee means? The wee twigs. Little. Hare burps, big burps. Oh! Hare drank too much coffee. But they're making the best of it, but I see the bear, and Bear snores on. What kind of punctuation is at the end of Bear snores on? What is that? It's a period. Let's see if more animals come. A badger scuttles by, sniff snuffs at the air. "I smell yummy yums. Perhaps we can share?" And I see more quotation marks. Do you see the quotation marks? Let me zoom it so we can really see big. Where are those quotation marks? Yes, right here. And then it ends with whatever the animal is done saying. I have to look at it. There's no end. So it's a badger. He wants some coffee and popcorn. "I've brought honey nuts," Badger says with a grin. "Let's divvy them up, cozy down, and dig in." Oh, so we have coffee, we have popcorn, and honey nuts. I don't know what that is, but it sounds good. And they nibble and they munch with a chew, chomp, crunch. You think Bear wakes up to that noise? I don't know. Let's see. But Bear snores on. A gopher and a mole tunnel up through the floor. Then a wren and a raven flutter in through the door. See how the animals, wren and raven, are names of birds. Now there's 4 new animals. Can you remember all the animals? We had the hare, the bear, the mouse, the badger. Now we have 2 new birds and the mole and I forgot the other one. Can I go back in the story and look? Mole mutters, "What a night! What a storm!" twitters Wren, and everybody clutters in the great bear's den. They're all snuggly and warm together. Do you think that woke up Bear? Do you think he finally wakes up? They tweet and they titter. They chat and they chitter, but Bear snores on. Do we see him or we see the storm? In a cave in the woods, a slumbering bear sleeps through the giant party in his very own lair. What do you think lair means? It's a synonym. Say it. Synonym. It's when one word means the same as something else. So a lair is another word for his place, his home, his habitat. A bear's habitat is a what? Yes, a cave. Hare stokes the fire. Mouse seasons stew. Oh my goodness, I'm getting hungry. Popcorn, coffee, honey nut stew. Then a small pepper fleck makes the bear. Oh no, pepper. Do I have pepper on the table? I have salt. What's pepper? Remember, it's a rhyming book. And they said stew and a small pepper flake makes the bear. Achoo! He blows and he sneezes and the whole crowd freezes. Everybody freeze. Woo! He's still sneezing. You see the ooh? Point to the ooh. That was Teddy. It's like there's too many animals waking me up. And the bear wakes up. Friends, look at his eyes. Are those happy eyebrows? Those are angry eyebrows. He got woken up from his nap. Show me your angry eyebrows. And the bear wakes up. Bear gnarls and snarls. Bear roars and rumbles. Bear jumps and he stomps. Bear growls and he grumbles. I see one of the animals hiding. Oh, they're all running. They're so scared. Oh, they had a party without asking him because his lair was so nice. What's a lair? Yes, it's his home. You've snuck in my lair. Is he angry? Now he's crying. And you all had fun, but me, I was sleeping and I've had none. None what? No fun. And he whimpers and he moans, he wails and he groans, and the bear blubbers on. Phoebe, what does blubber mean? It means cry. He cried. Oh, poor bear. Mouse squeaks, don't fret. I think Mouse is going to fix the problem. Don't fuss. Look, see? We can pop more corn. We can brew more. What rhymes with C? Tea. I thought they had coffee. I could look back. That's a little tough on the computer. How's he feel about that? Does he still have angry eyes? Is he still blubbering? Which is a synonym. Say it. Good. A synonym for crying is blubbering. He looks happy to me. Bear gulps, bear gobbles, he sighs with delight. Then he spins tall tales through the blustery night. When the sun peeks up on a crisp, clear dawn, bear can't sleep. Everybody else looks very happy and relaxed. All his friends came back. But his friends snore on. And it ends with a period. I think that's the end, my friends. So that was our story for today. And I want you to think about your lesson learned and the problems and the solutions and all that kind of good stuff. And I will attach a lesson to this. Thank you for watching. Bye, friends.